Have you noticed your joints getting stiffer with each passing month? Like suddenly climbing stairs feels like scaling a mountain, or getting out of bed comes with a painful reminder that your body isn't what it used to be. Joint pain after 60 isn't just about discomfort. It can rob you of your independence, your sleep, and even your ability to enjoy the little things, like gardening or playing with your grandkids. But here's the shocking part. One 95-year-old farmer has zero joint pain, no meds, no fancy treatments. Just 5 simple daily habits that transformed his body and kept his joints feeling like he's still in his 30s. I came across this story and couldn't believe how practical and life-changing his secrets were. And today, I'm going to walk you through each one of them. These aren't gimmicks. They're habits backed by doctors and research, and trusted by those who've stayed active and pain-free well into their 90s. And make sure you stick around for the last one, because the 5th habit is something most people do every single day without realizing how much damage it's doing to their joints. But the fix? It's surprisingly simple, and it might just save your knees from years of pain. Let's get into it. Secret 1, he eats anti-inflammatory every morning. You'd think someone at 95 would be living on medication just to get through the day, but not this man. Every single morning, without fail, he starts his day with a small ritual. A warm cup of turmeric milk, or a handful of soaked walnuts. No complicated diet plan, no supplements, just old-fashioned wisdom passed down through generations. And according to him, this is one of the biggest reasons why he can still move around without pain. Now, here's what makes this so interesting. Most people don't realize that joint pain isn't just about wear and tear. It's inflammation that's secretly doing most of the damage. That swelling inside your joints, it builds up silently, day by day, until one morning your knees start aching just from standing up. But here's the good news. Food can fight that. Turmeric is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory ingredients in the world. When it's mixed with a pinch of black pepper, which helps your body absorb it better, it acts like a calming agent for your joints. It reduces that hidden fire inside, helping you feel less stiff and more mobile without even noticing it. And then there's walnuts. Not the roasted salty kind from the store shelves, but raw walnuts soaked overnight, which helps release beneficial enzymes. These are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which act like a cushion inside your joints. They help reduce stiffness, protect the cartilage, and ease that grinding or popping sensation many seniors feel when walking. Let me put it this way. While most people start their morning feeding their pain with sugary cereals, white toast, or processed snacks, this man feeds his joints. He's not following a modern diet plan or some influencer's trend. He's simply using nature's pharmacy, and his results speak for themselves. Even a small change, like replacing your regular breakfast with this ritual, can start shifting things. It won't be dramatic overnight, but imagine your joints getting just 5% better every week. Imagine standing up without wincing, climbing stairs without clutching the rail, all from a habit that takes less than 5 minutes a day. This is one of those habits that sounds too simple to matter, but it does. It really, truly does. If you want to try it yourself, just start tomorrow morning. Warm up a cup of milk, stir in half a teaspoon of turmeric with a pinch of black pepper, or soak 4 to 5 walnuts overnight and eat them first thing. It's a tiny habit, but your joints will thank you every single day. If you're still watching, drop a comment with Secret 1 so I know you're here. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful tips. Secret number 2, he never sits for too long, even at 95. You know what most people over 60 do wrong when it comes to joint pain? They sit too much, especially after retirement. It sounds harmless, even restful, but in reality, sitting for long stretches is one of the biggest silent killers of joint mobility. This old farmer, even at 95, never sits for too long. He says, if you don't move it, you lose it. And it's true. Every 30 to 40 minutes, even if he's just reading the newspaper or relaxing on the porch, he stands up, stretches, takes a few steps around, or attends to something small like watering a plant. That tiny bit of movement, it keeps his joints from freezing up. His knees don't creak when he stands, and his back stays surprisingly upright for his age. Let me give you a visual. Imagine 2 men, both 70. One sits for hours watching TV, barely moving unless he absolutely has to. The other takes a short walk every hour, maybe stretches his legs while brushing his teeth, maybe does light chores like sweeping. In just 1 year, you'll see a noticeable difference. One complains about stiff knees and backaches, the other moves with ease, even smiles more. The secret? It's not heavy workouts. It's micro movement, tiny, consistent signals to the body that say, I still need you. The science backs this up. When you sit for too long, the fluid that lubricates your joints doesn't circulate properly. Think of it like oil in a machine. When the parts stay still too long, the oil settles, the gears get stiff, and it takes more effort just to get moving. But when you keep moving, even lightly, your joints stay warm, flexible, and strong. So, how can you do this starting today? Start by setting a simple reminder. Every 30 to 40 minutes, just stand up and move around for 2 minutes. Walk to the kitchen, stretch your arms and legs, refill your water. That's it. You don't need a gym, just keep the machine running. And your joints will feel the difference within a week. Still with me? Type secret2 in the comments and hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Secret number 3, he still uses his hands and legs daily, in a smart way. You'd think that at 95, someone would be resting most of the day, but not him. That's the surprising part. This farmer still uses his hands and legs every single day, but not in the way most people imagine. He's not lifting weights or doing knee exercises from YouTube. What he does is something far more natural and far more powerful. Every morning, he takes a slow, steady walk to the well, just like he's done for decades. He pulls water up with a rope, carries a small bucket. Nothing too heavy, just enough to keep his muscles moving. Then he heads to his little patch of soil, where he gently bends to pick weeds, checks his plants, and waters them. No timers, no reps, no sweat, just consistent functional movement. And that's the quiet magic. You see, our joints are built for regular, balanced use. But what do most people do after 60? They slow down, then they stop. They stop bending, squatting, reaching, walking. And the body, being smart but simple, adapts. Oh, you're not using these joints anymore? All right, I'll start stiffening them up. That's when the creaking, locking, and aching begin. Think of your joints like a wooden door. If you leave it closed for months, it won't open smoothly the next time. It might even get stuck. But if you gently open and close it every day, it stays functional, no matter how old the wood is. This farmer never let his hinges freeze. He didn't push them to the limit. He just used them, not for workouts, but for life. His secret isn't some exercise plan, it's daily usefulness. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't have a garden, I don't have a well. And that's perfectly okay, because the principle is what matters, movement, not intensity. You can water your houseplants, reach down to pick up your shoes instead of asking someone else, stretch your arms up while putting dishes away. These are the moments that quietly protect your joints. He once told me, when you stop using your joints like you used to, they stop acting like they used to. And it's true, the body listens to your habits more than your age. So here's something simple you can do starting today. Pick 3 moments during your day to move with purpose. It could be a 5-minute walk after lunch or squatting down to tidy a drawer. The more your joints feel needed, the more they'll return the favor, with strength, flexibility, and comfort. This is not about doing more, it's about not doing nothing. Secret number 4. He swears by one daily oil rub before bed. Here's something he's been doing for over 60 years, something his father taught him, and something his grandfather swore by too. Every single night, without fail, he warms a bit of mustard oil or castor oil and gently massages it into his knees, ankles, and wrists. It's not some fancy spa treatment, no special music, no scented candles. Just a quiet moment before bed, rubbing the joints with care, like tending to old but loyal tools. He says, if you oil the door hinges, they don't creak. Why treat your own joints any differently? And he's absolutely right. Warm oil massages stimulate circulation to your joints. They bring warmth, reduce inflammation, and keep stiffness away. Especially during the night when the body is resting, joints can become even more immobile. But this simple act helps the muscles and ligaments relax, preparing them for deep, healing rest. You may be wondering, does this really work, or is it just an old man's habit? But science backs this too. Mustard oil contains compounds with natural anti-inflammatory properties. It's been used in Ayurveda for generations to ease joint pain and improve mobility. Castor oil too is known for its gentle warming effect and deep penetration into the skin and tissues. It's not magic. It's nature doing its job, slowly and consistently. And it's not just about the oil. It's about the attention, the way he listens to his body, the care he gives to the areas that carry him through the day. That moment of connection, Hands on knees, warmth on skin, tells the body, you're still important. I'm looking after you. Even now at 95, he says he sleeps better, wakes up with less stiffness, and feels more freedom in his movements, all because of this tiny bedtime ritual. Now, if you want to try this for yourself, here's a simple way to begin. Warm a spoonful of mustard or castor oil until it's comfortably warm, not hot. Gently massage it into your knees, ankles, or any joint that feels tight or painful. Use circular motions, take your time, and let the warmth sink in. Then just relax. Do it for a few nights and feel the difference. Your joints might just start whispering, thank you. Drop Secret 4 in the comments if you found this useful. And tap subscribe so you stay in the loop. Secret number 5, he avoids these 3 common foods like poison. This is where things get surprisingly simple and surprisingly powerful. When asked what foods help him stay so active at 95, he just shook his head and said, "It's not what I eat, it's what I never touch." He pointed to a small plate someone had offered him earlier. A couple of fried snacks, a sugar-dusted biscuit, and a slice of white bread. He looked at it like it was something dangerous. "I stopped eating these decades ago," he said. "They make your knees scream." And while it sounds a bit dramatic, he's not wrong. Those 3 foods, white bread, fried snacks, and sugary biscuits, are silent saboteurs of joint health. They don't cause pain immediately, but over time, they spark chronic inflammation throughout the body, especially in the joints. They mess with your blood sugar, trigger stiffness, and make morning movement feel like dragging through mud. Refined flour, it spikes inflammation. Deep-fried snacks, loaded with unhealthy fats that damage joint tissues. And sugar? Well, sugar is one of the biggest enemies of your knees. It accelerates aging in your joints and even breaks down collagen. He said, people think pain comes from age, but a lot of pain comes from what's on their plate. So, what does he eat instead? Nothing fancy, just soaked almonds in the morning, fresh fruits like papaya and guava in the afternoon, and hot herbal tea in the evening to wash everything down. He says they cool the fire in your knees. There's real wisdom here, not in avoiding everything tasty, but in choosing what truly fuels your body. He's not on any strict diet. He simply listens to his body, avoids what causes harm, and nourishes it with what feels good after decades of experience. If you're dealing with joint pain, try this for just 1 week. Skip white bread, fried items, and packaged sugary treats. Instead, swap in anti-inflammatory choices. A handful of soaked almonds in the morning, a banana or papaya in the afternoon, and warm ginger or turmeric tea before bed. It's not a massive lifestyle overhaul. It's a few swaps. But sometimes those few changes are what your body has been quietly begging for all along. And remember, what you eat doesn't just fill your stomach. It fuels your future. Treat your joints like they matter, because they do. So, there you have it. 5 simple secrets from a 95-year-old farmer who still walks tall, moves freely, and lives without joint pain. None of this came from expensive pills or complicated routines. It came from listening to his body, respecting it daily, and treating it with quiet discipline and care. And that's the real message here. Your joints aren't just victims of aging. They're reflections of how you live, move, and nourish yourself every single day. If a man pushing 100 can feel younger than many 60-year-olds, that means it's possible for you too. Not overnight, but step by step. Start small. Pick just 1 habit today. Maybe it's a handful of soaked almonds in the morning, a 5-minute walk after lunch, or a simple stretch before bed. And from there, let it grow. Because your body, no matter your age, is still listening, and it still wants to heal. If you found even one of these secrets helpful, take a second to hit the like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more natural, simple ways to stay strong and healthy. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these habits will you try first? Your best years can still be ahead. You just have to move like it, eat like it, believe it. Take care of your joints. They've carried you this far. Let them carry you even farther.